Hello everyone, this is Rex Red. I am back. This is EZ3DTV tutorial, and we are going to be working with converting Genesis 8.1 figures to Genesis 9. This is a very, very convoluted, complex, but it can be kind of easy once you get a grasp on it. So we're going to work on this and see if we can get it to work. Now, I'm going to switch over to we're going to take off these shades because they are polarized. And when I turn my head like this and that, my computer monitor just goes black. So, just to kind of be a little bit cool today on this, sunless day. So, all right. Are we back? Okay, so we are now in this mode, and we're going to open DAZ. And what we're going to do, I'm going to try and simplify converting characters. Oh, thank you very much, Art. That's one of my angel pieces. I have a few that I like, and I just change the background every once in a while. So, yes, and Sigmund's going to say hi. Hi! Oh, that was nice, Sigmund. That was a little bit loud, Sigmund, but it was nice. So, yeah, the Sigmund theme. So, all right. So, the first thing we're going to do now, because you have to bear with me, okay, because this is such a complicated thing, because I'm going to show you how to convert. If you want to batch convert your characters, I'm not going to be going into batch converting because it takes a while, okay? Each character takes 8, 9, 10 minutes a piece to convert. So what you do is you set them up to convert, and you just let them convert, okay? And you might actually have to be here to click and for each one and say, okay, thank you, and start the next. I'm not sure exactly. It's been a while since I converted. Now, this is a River Soft and Sickle Yield product, and this particular product I highly recommend, okay? Now, the clothing converting product, I told you, do not buy it unless it's on sale for $5, and even so, do not. Thanks for the Sigmund, the Sigmund vote there thing, Art. Now, it is the clothing converter. Do not batch convert your Genesis 8 clothes to Genesis 9. Period. Okay, do not. Okay, I would only use the clothing converter when there's a particular item of clothing that is giving you really serious trouble that you can't take into Hexagon and fix, and it just won't convert right and all of that stuff. Then try using the clothing converter, and I really personally don't think you'll really get very good results even then. So, but the character converter is really very, 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 it's like a must, okay? It merges your Genesis 9 world into your Genesis 8 world, and Genesis 8 world into your Genesis 9 world, okay? So, similar problems, I can't blame Siri. Yes, I get caught off is because I'm having rendering issues. Seems there's many in DAZ chats discussing similar problems. Okay, well, if you tell me kind of what's happening. Now, you're trying to render on your PC? Oh, on your you have a laptop. Okay, that's right. And you are having rendering issues with your laptop. Yeah. What exactly is happening, Art, when you go to render? With the 2K paperweight. Yeah, what's happening when you go to render? Or what's not happening? I mean, is the screen going black? Yeah, see, that doesn't explain it to me. 2K paperweight. That's cryptic. That sounds like an I've thrown in the towel kind of thing. You have to tell me what's happening or what's not happening when you click render, okay? What happens? What doesn't happen? Because, you know, a window's supposed to pop up, and you're supposed to see a little teeny window in DAZ, and it's supposed... Oh, your whole computer freezes up. Okay, and you have set... Now, have you gone in and turned off computer rendering? When you go into rendering here, the rendering part, render settings, advanced, you want to have, this is what you want to have. You want to have where it says allow CPU fallback. You want that unchecked. Okay, allow GPU detection, okay. And found my PostgreSQL. Okay, see, this very first choice is photo mode, or photo real. All you want to do is have these. Well, I have 2 graphics cards. You only want to have your graphics card chosen. You do not want your CPU chosen. Okay, so you want that. You only have 1 graphics card. The second one, you leave them all unchecked. That has to do with that. I think that little window, the interactive biased mode, or I keep them all unchecked. And then down here where it says allow CPU fallback, you uncheck that one. Oh, I see. Am I in the way? No, I don't think I'm in the way from you seeing that. So, higher, please. I'm not sure what you mean by that either. The tab says engine. Oh, this is the rendering. This is the render settings. Okay? So, editor, advanced presets. The first. This is smart content. Content library, parameters, surfaces, render settings. And you go, and this, you want it to be set to NVIDIA Iray MDL. Okay? Says engine. I don't see engine. Oh, okay, this right here, you want to have this set for your NVIDIA graphics card. Okay, Iray MDL, okay? And then you go to hardware, okay? So this what you want it to be set definitely just to that. NVIDIA, I assume you have NVIDIA I don't see engine. I see default. I see editor up top. This is where you go into your render settings, okay? And up top next to editor, it says advanced, okay? Oh, and that's your engine, is your NVIDIA Iray MDL. And then in here, you want to uncheck CPU. You want to uncheck CPU fallback, And kind of just leave these alone because it won't matter, because if you uncheck that, these kind of no longer really are in play. Right below that, I don't see engine. I see editor. Right below that, texture compression. Okay, 3840 by 3840. So that's how I keep mine set. So it compresses around about the time it hits 4K textures. It starts to compress. I believe that's set correctly, but I'm not sure. Yes, this says editor. Yeah, it says editor advanced. Okay, so when you go into your render settings here, it's by default on this. It doesn't say engine, it says editor, okay? And by default, it's in the editor. It comes up like this. But you click this advanced, okay, up next to editor, and you will see, this is where you have to make sure that Iray is selected. You have to make sure that Iray is selected, okay, MDL, and then you want to, the one that gets you to choose NVIDIA Iray, that's up here. Oh, right next to it, it says engine, yes. Okay, and that tells you what you're going to use to render with, okay? And that would be your NVIDIA Iray, MDL, okay? That uses MDL textures. That has to be chosen. Yeah, it says engine, yeah. And so thank you, I didn't see that there. But that's what rendering engine you're going to use. Make sure that your CPU is turned off and that allow CPU, yep, I got that set to default. What's default? I don't think it should say default. It should say NVIDIA. Okay, and if it does, uncheck both the boxes that say CPU. Yes, this one and this one. Okay, and in order for, and once you do that, once you uncheck this, I am still distorting in the channel here. Once you uncheck that, then you want to restart DAZ Studio. Okay, once you uncheck that, you restart DAZ Studio. Close it down, restart it, and it should render for you. And you uncheck all of these. I keep them unchecked, all of them. If you want, I think this interactive has to do with that little screen. I don't use that little rendering screen. I think it has to do with that little rendering screen that you can open up. You can add a pane. It's like a little auxiliary viewport or something. I don't use that. I think that has to do with that. I just use this photoreal mode and that's it. But if you want to just have that turned on just in case it might be something you, yeah, you have to uncheck the CPU and then this one, the CPU fallback, and then restart DAZ. And let's see if that works for you. Yep, hopefully that will. I have a frog in my throat again. It seems to always happen right before I'm going to go live. Suddenly my throat just freaks out. So, okay, so let me know, Art, if you get it solved, okay? Awesome, awesome. Yeah. It's probably because it's trying to use your CPU to render, and you might have this NVIDIA thing turned on. It's called like NVIDIA it has something to do with how NVIDIA, some kind of accelerator or something, and that needs to be turned off on your CPU, and sometimes it stays on for something. It got discontinued. Windows stopped using it and started managing the cores themselves, and it's like a little driver that just sits on my computer, and it's always sitting there. I disable it, but it has to do with handling cores, and that could very well be why your CPU is freaking out when you try to render. For the last one that says general, allow CPU detection. GPU detection, you want to allow that. And check driver version requires a restart. You want Daz to know what your GPU, you want Jazz to know the details about your GPU, so you want them checked. So so that it has, maybe Daz has different ways of rendering when it sees a different version for a GPU. So you want them both checked. And those require a restart as well. So you have to restart Daz for that. Above that, okay, CPU, yeah, see, my computer does allow me to render with my CPU, and so it does allow me to render with my CPU, so I just keep them checked. But if you have this unchecked here, and you have this unchecked, these don't matter because it's not going to use your CPU, period, at all, okay? So it doesn't matter if that's checked or unchecked. You could check it, because if it were just out of some odd reason to use your CPU, and whatever the CPU load limit, just leave that at whatever it is, the default. I have 18 cores, but you probably have maybe 4 or 8 if you have an i9. You probably have 8 cores. So, but I would just leave that as long as it's like 8 or below. I would just leave it the way it is, and you can check this, but it's not going to have any difference, make any difference, because your CPU is turned off. Yeah, I keep them unchecked. Because I'm able to uncheck them and nothing seems to be go wrong, so I uncheck them. Okay, I should know what the interactive biased mode is, but I just use the photoreal mode and everything seems to be okay. So I don't seem to have a reason to have these checked. Okay, so I leave them all unchecked, and everything works fine with just the device, these photoreal mode. Everything seems to work. Leave this NVLink peer group at 0, okay? And that should work for you. That should make it work. So you have to close down Daz and restart. So let me know if that fixes your issues. Okay, so I am going to reboot and be right back. Excellent, excellent. I'm excited. I'm excited to know if this works for you, friend. So, yeah, he's going to get it fixed, and then he won't be back. He won't never come back into it. It's like, thanks. See you later. All right. That was, I enabled, okay, well, that's off the topic. Okay. So now let me go here to what I'm going to jump into here. Is the first thing is our character Converter. Okay. Now, the character converter, when you buy it, let's open up this. Let's go to DAS. This is character converter. Okay, and this is the 8.1. This is the bundle. Okay, it's $45. I believe I paid probably about $20 for it. And the Infinity Cove is $2. I can't see, there's a little heart in front of the way. Is that, you mean the Infinity Cove? Okay, see, I've never even bought that before. I personally would I've never, this is like probably really old. I don't know. It's $2 today. Colm Jackson. Okay, they give you a round Infinity Cove. That's really nice. And when was this put out? See, they don't put any dates on this stuff. And this is VOB. This is really view object files, VOB. See, I do not buy this, okay? Because this is not even for DAS. I mean, this is for View 6. This is so old. It's, yeah, do not buy this, okay? That would be a waste of $2, okay? It would be... Yes, this is for View, okay? So do not buy this, okay? It doesn't even, it's required products, Poser, and Render Studio for View 6. Yeah, it's nice. This is a nice little Infinity, it's a nice Infinity Cove, but how we would create one of this, we'd have to go into Blender to do something like this. Maybe we'll make our own Infinity Cove that goes around like this, because that's a really nice one as well. So, okay. Now, the thing is that this Infinity Cove, you could probably export it out of... I don't even own View 6. I don't know anything that would load a VOB file. I don't know if does that? Does DAS Studio load VOB files? No, DAS Studio does not load VOB files. DAS Studio supports its own formats, OBJ, Poser, and yada, yada, yada. Probably drop a flat plane on a sphere. Yeah, that still wouldn't really give you this. What you could do is you could take a sphere, okay, and you could drop the sphere, turn the sphere into, drop it, and turn the sphere into a, and drop it and stop it, stop the animation into D-Force, but I think the whole part would fall. Oh, what you do is you'd have to pin this part around a sphere. So you'd have to pin the edge so that the edge doesn't drop. And you might want to pin like a thing that comes down here also to hold the back from dropping, like a little line going down the back and a little edge going down here about so far. And then you drop it onto a plane and the plane would flatten it out. And then you go into Geometry Editor and you cut half of it off. That would be the way to do it in DAS. Okay, so, all right, so... yeah, if you want to buy the curved Infinity, my Infinity plane, yeah, is better, okay? And this right here is just 3 planes, okay? So, but the thing is when you put, yeah, so this is just three planes. That couldn't be any more simple to make. But I think back then this was an awesome product for View. So, all right. So we go back now to our character creator, okay? And this is the bundle. So we're going to go 8 male to Genesis 9. We'll just talk about the male one because that's what we're going to do today. So what this does is basically create it Genesis 8 male to Genesis 9. What we're going to do is we're going to just try and jump right into this and see what we get when we convert, what we would get when we convert these things. Okay, so we're going to now, I'm in here and install date recent first, and I just installed a new guy for Genesis 9, black tattoos for Genesis 9. I installed a couple of new guys, and I don't see them here. Okay, so, and we're on figures. Maybe they just don't show up in figures. I don't know. All right, so we're going to go down to figures, and why does this seem like it's not showing everything here? Okay, figures, okay. We're going to go to male, people, male, and, all right, so, these guys, when I go here, maybe they'll show up here as the latest, John, okay, this is, yes, it's not showing the latest stuff that I've installed, like in the right kind. This doesn't look, install date recent first. Okay, so we go down here. Let's just find a Genesis. Let's sort by something else. Order date. Let's go to product ID, and then I'll just scroll down through it because I know this kind of works. And so we're going to find a Genesis 8 figure that I probably haven't converted. And we're going to try to convert him. I want to kind of make this tutorial not like extremely long, okay? So not because I don't want to be here long, but because I don't want people sitting around feeling like they need to jump ahead because because I'm not going anywhere with it, okay? So, all right, I don't think I have Jonas. Okay, he's Genesis 3, that's why. Okay, let's go for Armstrong, okay? HD. Now, do we have an Armstrong? Okay, it says HD. Let's see if we can convert him, okay? So, okay, this is not how you do this, okay? I'm doing this wrong. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you first how to convert a custom character. Now, don't let the word custom mean that like you can convert a lion into a Genesis 9 figure or something, you know, that's not, okay? They have to be like a Genesis 9 figure, okay? I mean, Genesis 8, like male, okay? And to convert to a Genesis 9, all right? Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to put Genesis 8. Don't try to move them out of the way so that you can have the Genesis 9. They both have to be in the same place for some strange reason, okay? So what you can do, what they say is to choose the dev. And if you know what the Genesis 9 dev, it's like they don't have eyes and eyelashes, and they're shaped like a female, and like part male and part female, and they're in the A pose and all. I'll just load the dev in so you can see. Okay, so I have scripts. This is the Genesis 9 dev, okay? And this is what you're supposed to load. but I found out you don't have to, okay? Because I don't like to have to switch the dev to a male afterwards, because I don't sometimes trust the fact that it actually has converted to a male. Something just doesn't look right, and I prefer starting with a male figure right off the bat. And so, okay, so this is the dev, and if I turn off the Genesis 9, this Genesis 8 male, okay, this is the dev, and I just hate working with this, even though I kind of get it, and I'm glad they did it because all of the clothing is interchangeable. Oh, yes, so that's all good, okay? But I don't like converting to this because then I end up with a Genesis 8 figure that looks like the dev, okay? So what I do is I go and I find the Genesis 9 figure that I might want to work with, okay? And so let's go with Dalton, okay? So we're gonna put Dalton. No, well, let's see. Let's look again. Let's go with Nahul, all right? And we're gonna put him in the scene instead of the dev. Now the directions, the help file, instruction file that comes with the character converter says that you should use the dev, okay? But you don't have to. And I will show you what's up with this, okay? Now, I think I think this will work. If it won't, then I'll say, oops, okay, and we'll have to try something else. I might be confusing things, and this may absolutely require the dev. I'm not sure. So, but what we're going to try to do is convert to something, to a different file, okay? Let's see what happens, okay? So we're going to put Nahul in the scene, and they're both going to be superimposed. And like I said, don't try to move them into different, so that they're not overimposed. Just leave them. Let Daz can deal with the fact that they're Yeah, it's not only is it genitalia now showing in our thing, but it's also showing in the Daz store. If you turn on it, you can go right through the Daz store, and all of a sudden, boom, there it is, all in all its glory. It's all showing in the Daz store, the male stuff. Okay, so we have two things turned on, and now we select both figures. Okay, this is all you do, kind of. You select both figures, and then you go here to Character Converter, and it says you pick the one, because I've put all of these up into my favorites. You guys, I hope you know how to do that, but you just take, once you buy the Character Converter product and you find it in your content library, I think there's a little script that'll put them up in here for you, okay? If they're not, then right-click one by one and put them into their own little Character Converter folder, okay, in your favorites or your scripts. Okay, so Character Converter. Now this is Genesis 8 male, and it works also with Genesis 8.1 to Genesis 9, okay? So we're going to select this one, all right, and we're going to select it. Oh, okay, it says to select the Genesis 8 male first, then hold Control. Okay, I got to turn this on again, right here, so you can see my stuff here. Then hold Control and select the Genesis 9. You have to select them in a certain order. Okay, actually, I'm going to do something here also with Nahul. This is what makes it work, is I just delete the eyelashes, delete the tears, delete the eyes, delete the mouth, and delete the eyebrows. Okay? Just delete everything off him. Okay? Select Genesis 8, select Nahul, and see if this works. Okay? That's what I do. I just delete everything off, okay, and it works. Okay, so convert to custom character. And iDialog, I just leave this all the way it is, okay? And clicked copy materials using material suit, okay? And existing morphs, leave them checked and leave this one. The iDialog, you don't need to go into it unless they have unless they're a toon character with big gigantic eyes or something, you don't have to do anything. And so I'm not going to just say my custom character 1, okay? So I don't know. I should probably put his name in there, okay? But so now what this comes up is 0 is often chosen when restore is the true intent. Well, then I'll say, okay, then restore. I don't know. I didn't see 0 asked about me, but they said that you don't want their parameters set to 0. You just want them restored to the other character, I guess, or something like that. So I just click restore then. I was like, oh, I get, okay. I don't remember seeing anything about set things to 0, but you just click restore as it's going through. Okay, and what we're trying to do is convert this Genesis 8 character, very early Genesis 8 character, and it's supposed to put their skin on this Genesis 9 figure, and their eyes, and it should change the shape of the figure, I would assume, to the Genesis 9 shape, Genesis 8 shape. And this isn't going to come out very well because this is an HD, I picked an HD figure, so we have to go into the morphs and turn off all the HD stuff. It's going to make him look truly grotesque. So we just have to wait until it's done. If you have a choice, it's not because Nahul is HD. I don't believe that's the problem. I believe the problem is because this Genesis 8 male that I chose was HD. That's why there was a problem. Okay, and as soon as we are free to use our mouse again after this, once this is fully converted, if we turn off the HD, we have to go into the parameters and select currently used, and we turn off any kind of HD anything that has to do with this character. They will go to the state that you desire for the conversion. So it's still thinking, but it did use the Nahul instead of the Dev. Okay, so you can use any of the other Genesis 9 figures. And the thing is that what it might do is it might duplicate the nose, the eyes, and the eyelashes and the tear duct and the mouth. It might duplicate them, so you delete them so that when it puts the Genesis 8 nose and not nose, but eyes, mouth, tear ducts, and teeth, when it puts the new teeth, the Genesis 8 teeth in, you don't have 2 sets. Then you have to deal with what's going, so you just delete everything except the figure. Eyelashes, you can always put that this is going to be a Genesis 9 figure. When we're done, when this little process is done, this is going to be Genesis 9. You can put Genesis 9 clothes. You can put Genesis 9 eyelashes on them. You can put Genesis 9 eyebrows on them. You can put Genesis 9 hair on them. It seems to be rendering. Yay! Yay! Awesome, awesome, awesome. That is good news. Very, very, very good news. You are back in business, Art. You are. A black screen. Okay, all right. Art, you have a black screen because now we know what's wrong. You are trying to render something that is too big. It didn't. What's nice though, Art, is it didn't crash. Okay? That's number one. You have a black screen because the scene that you are trying to render that's what a black screen means, is it's too big for your graphics card. So what you have to do is you have to go into that scene and you have to delete a bunch of stuff out that's maybe not in the camera view, and you keep deleting stuff out of the scene until it renders. Okay? That's what a black screen means. It means that you do not have enough video RAM in your graphics card. Now things were rendering before because it was using your CPU to render it. And your CPU, for some reason, I think it has to do with that Intel thing, why your CPU was crashing, okay? Because of the Intel something, it handles cores, and it's called optimize or something, optimize something. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's an Intel optimizer. You have to shut that off. Right after Windows 10 came out, Windows deprecated that whole Intel optimization thing, but it's a driver and you can't get rid of it. I think it's built into your motherboard, all kinds of crazy stuff. And so you have to turn it off in your device manager and all that. All right, so here we go. All right, this isn't working, so we're going to close this. So I would say the problem here, close the program, is because of this. You can see the contortion in the face is because I picked a particular... Okay, enough of that. All right, here we go. What I'm going to have to do is turn off the nudity in the DAZ store so that when I go there to look at products, I'm not going to have genitalia, being flashed to the awesome YouTube community which I try to be a positive part of. So okay, not that sex is evil or bad or anything. It's just something better that's for adults. It's something like bar rooms and stuff like that. It's there to give children a wholesome, childhood without, because things turn ugly fast enough in this world. Okay, so it's nice to have a childhood that's kind of happy and carefree for a while, Genesis 8 male. Does this guy have Summer Z? What's up with him? I don't even know who he is. Okay. It seems as though my DAZ content has just freaked out. Okay, so everything seems to be in a weird kind of way. I think they're messing with the content now. We're adding maybe a lot of poser stuff is being added now to because these artists that they have hired, it's crawling our computer and saying, oh, you own that product, you own this product, it's now going to show up in your that would be really nice. That would be very nice. So that's a very positive thing, because I think these particular, this is DAZ stuff. Okay, this is actually, all right, those are default. Those are actually DAZ products there. That's really cool. No, poser products. And they're not poser products, but poser artist products that are showing up now in my, okay, we'll go to mail. In my thing, okay, these. Now, all right, let's find it as a Genesis 8 male here that we can, the one that's 7, 3. Okay, Gabriel, we'll go up here through here a little bit further. This is weird. These are not. Oh, okay, product ID first. That would be that one there. We crashed, so I had to go back and reset this. Okay. Now it's looking right. Okay. Because we crashed. It didn't, I guess it didn't get to write it into the startup stuff. Okay. We have Riker. Okay, I don't think I have Ezra the Brute. I'm kind of trying to grab characters, and this doesn't say HD here, so he should work. He kind of looks cartoonish, but we'll see what he looks like. I'm not going to edit him or do anything to him. We're going to leave him the way he is. Yes. Well, yes, Art. You can, I have no problem with you. Oh, he's kind of nice. I have no problem with you. The thing is, this is going to be a massive, you are going to learn some massive, once I get this to work right, actually. Okay, so let's see what we can do when we convert this figure now to, now we have to put in the scene. I just can't bring myself to use that Genesis 9 figure. So we're gonna we'll find, I think we're gonna use, we're not gonna use a Genesis 9 HD figure. I guess a lot of them are, but when I go into Nahul, we only have the HD figure to choose from. But if we go into like, Nathan, we have the regular Genesis 9 figure also that's non-HD. Let's just try to keep away from that whole HD thing. Okay. Now, when we do this conversion, what it's doing is it's deleting the Genesis 9 skin off the Genesis 9 figure and replacing it with what's called, I think, a bodysuit. Okay? That they call it a bodysuit. It's replacing that figure, their skin, with a bodysuit, with the Genesis 8 bodysuit, or 8.1, depending on what you use, okay? It's replacing it with that bodysuit. And so it's not just turning that bodysuit, the other skin off. It's literally removing it, okay? Which is kind of weird in my brain to kind of think of. But why not? Why leave that skin even there? It's just going to be all the more computing stuff that has to be done. So, okay, so now we have our Nathan in here. He should be here in a second. Let's go out of Iray. So we're not flashing the people again here. Come on. Come on. I know this will work. We're just loading a figure. And there is Nathan. Okay, so let's go out of Iray. You can see the skin for this. Okay, so we're going to have some fun with this. Okay, so now we're going to go to, we're going to select Nathan, okay, and we're going to delete the eyelashes, tear, eyes, mouth, and eyebrows. Okay, so all we have is Nathan. We select Ezra first, then select Nathan, then go to our character converter, and we're going to convert character Genesis 8 to Genesis 9. Okay, where's this thing? Adaptive 0? This says something to 0. Adapt 0. Tolerance 0. Okay, I don't see anything that... to use the script, please load Genesis 8 male character or dial in the morphs you want to be converted. Load the default Genesis 9 character as well. It says to load the default one. Okay. Echo stop. Okay. Here we go. All right. And We're going to click accept, and then it's going to give us all this 0 stuff. Okay, it's going to, my character 1, apparently it didn't make it to the point of being able to save that. I think we're back. Everything's back. All right, restore. I'm just going to let it restore, I guess. I don't understand the 0 thing, but we are out of Iray, so it should be a little less graphic this way. So it's going to pop up and ask me to do this restore thing a few times. There's another one. You know, the irony of it's like, well, it worked last night. Okay, so that's the irony of all of this. So what are we going to do? We're going to have, it's going to turn off Ezra, our Genesis 8 figure, and we're going to be left with the Genesis 9. And what it should do is convert the Genesis 8 texture to PBR. When it puts this bodysuit on the Genesis 9 figure from Genesis 8, it's going to take the Genesis 8 skin, because Genesis 9 is... Now, we got a little bit of some weird stuff going on here also with Nathan. Will it be okay? Will we be able to do this? I might just have to go back to the dev. We'll see. If that's the case, then yeah. Just I made a bad call here, because it did work with, I believe, with Michael. No, I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, we're actually doing the conversion process, and I believe that, yes, now that I think of it, to convert the character, okay? This is converting the whole character. I believe you do have to use the dev. So I think this is where it's going to, I don't know that this is going to allow this to work, because, see, this is a convoluted thing. It's like, all right, one thing is where you just take your Genesis 8 character and convert it to Genesis 9. That's one thing. So let's put a bullet point there. Convert your characters, your Genesis 8 character. You just outright take them out of your. It takes and copies them. It's like a process, and it takes them out of your Genesis 8 library. It doesn't take them out. It just copies them from your Genesis 8 library, brings them in, automatically brings in the dev figure. You don't have to do anything, and it converts it, creates it, and does it all automatically, and then saves it as a kind of new figure, your Genesis 8 converted figure to Genesis 9, and you tell it what folder to put it in. And you can do that in batches, and like batch convert your whole Genesis 8 library to Genesis 9. Then there's this, what we're doing here, where you're taking a custom character, where you can take a character and you can change their face, and you can change all kinds of stuff on them, change their body, change the way they look, and then you can convert that character. You bring in the dev figure, which this is what I did wrong, is because I'm in a different process right now, and it's kind of good. Jay says this all the time. It's kind of good that this mistake happened, because then I can show you this. And it's like, yeah, every time he says that, I think, oh, really? But he's got a point that when you do something wrong, then it kind of makes you have to explain a little bit more about what's going on, okay? So I know I've already confused you all, okay? So I think what we're going to do is close this down again. And what figure? We used Ezra. We'll use Ezra again. So I don't think this is going to work, okay? Because I have to use the dev. At least I have to use the dev figure in this, okay, to do this. So we're going to close the program again. And I am sorry about this. Okay, so we're going to open DAS again. And we're going to do this the right way. So it's like, just disregard like most of the first part of this whole tutorial, okay? So it's as if we're starting over. Okay, so we're going to go here. It just kind of shows you what not to do. All right, so we're going to go to figures, and I still have to set this as recent first. We're going to say highest first, okay? Because highest product ID, we're going to go into default figures. People will go to male again. And okay, here we go. And what was that guy's name? Now I can't remember. It's just gone. Ezra. Ezra. I think. There's Ezra. Okay, so we're going to Ezra the Brute. So we're going to go figure, and he doesn't say anything about HD here. You can convert HD characters if you do this right. Yes, they're going to come out all twisted looking, but you just turn, like I say, you just turn off all the HD sliders, and they should start to look kind of like what they're supposed to look. Every once in a while, there are some characters where their HD sliders are, their morphs are changed into, are associated too much with their regular morphs, and it's like they're, and then so when you turn off the HD morphs, like especially like I think belly button and things like that. Okay, 9. We're going to go out of Iray. Okay, and then we're going to go here to scripts, and I happen to have them right here. This is the Genesis 9 dev load. Okay, so we don't have to delete any eyelashes or eyebrows or anything. They don't have any of that. All they have is the shape. And because this is going to be putting Genesis 8 eyes in, it's going to be putting Genesis 8 mouths into the Genesis 9 figure. Okay, so now we select Genesis 9. Just don't worry about it. Go to Character Converter. Convert Genesis 8 male to Genesis 9. Let's see what happens. And click accept. I think we're still going to get that 0 error. We'll see. Yeah, what's this? 0 is literal. Properties are assigned a value of 0. Why? I mean, I don't remember assigning things to turn everything to 0. Restore is implicit. Properties are assigned to their respective defaults, memorized values. Which is the intent here? It says 0 is often chosen when restore is the true. Okay, well, if restore is probably the intent, then which I didn't choose 0. Okay, so, but okay, we'll do it. So we're going to just keep hitting restore here. It's something that's in the manual, I'm sure. If I had read the manual, I wouldn't be such an idiot, but I just have so many manuals to read. I try to get through without reading them as long as I can. And you really shouldn't do that because there are so many awesome, awesome things you can learn about in the manual. Okay, and this whole 0 and the ability to use 0 or restore is probably so excitingly awesome of a feature. And I just don't understand it. And if anybody who knows what it means, you can write it, and I'll read it in the and then I don't have to look through an 8-page tutorial, 8 to 10, 12-page tutorial. They're usually not very long. Also, they very very scant on words. So, all right. So here we are. And we still got something weird, but it fixed. For a moment, that looked really weird, and I guess we have eyebrows here so it looks like we may have some things to turn off, but it looks like it's trying to work. Let's just let it do its thing and see. Then we'll decide what's wrong and right about this. You'd think that they would be large enough to line back up to their eyebrows. His eyebrows. He's got big eyebrows, I guess. All right. So this process that we're doing, so if I brought Ezra into here and changed his morphs and put, made him like more muscly or less muscly, and I changed his face and gave him it's created successfully, it worked. Okay. Now to me, that doesn't look at all like Ezra. Ezra had a huge body thing going on, okay? So, but let's take a look and see what's up here, okay? Parameter, it definitely has Ezra's skin, okay? And Ezra's skin, it did line up with the eyebrows, but there's something horribly wrong here, and we're going to figure that out. It's just probably a couple of morphs. Ezra body, it doesn't look like there's any. My custom character, what happens when we do, okay. Brute head. Ezra body, brute body. See, this is horrific. Okay, so because Ezra is based upon another character. So, all right. I just don't really see much of, this isn't working, okay? Now, if we take the brute, the brute head, even just a little bit of this brute, and it doesn't look at all like Ezra looked, okay? So this particular character doesn't work, but when we get him up close here, okay, he's got these pinched nipples and stuff, okay? This is the body part. If we just drop this down, okay, I think what might be wrong, okay, is that we might now have to go into this Ezra body, okay, and turn on 8. Okay, let's go to male. We might have to turn up the Genesis 8 male body and turn up the Genesis 8 male head, and then let's go back to currently used. Here, take this off. It might be the Genesis 9 body that we have to turn up. So we can take and, what if we reset value and reset? Okay, so this, reset the value. So this didn't work, okay? This is still just as horribly ugly, grotesque, terrible. And look at the eyes. The eyebrows aren't even lined up. They're all crinkly. It's just, this couldn't be any worse. Now, when I turn this my custom character off and then try to turn up Ezra and brute, see, this doesn't work at all. Okay, so this particular character is probably, there's a problem with it because because this particular character, when I turn it off, then we're looking at the Genesis. When we turn all this off, we're looking at the Genesis 9. Then we can go with the male head, and we can go with the male. We can go with the male body. Okay, well that should be showing up there in the currently used. Where's male body? Okay, currently used. Okay, so we have a male here. Okay, and what we have is Ezra's skin. Okay, and so this is a kind of cool. We'll get rid of the eyebrows because they don't work. Genesis 8 eyebrows apparently don't work with Genesis 9. Okay, so you'd have to use there is a way to possibly parent them to the right thing and get them to snap on to the Genesis 9. Now what we're also looking at is eyeballs that are way too small, okay? So that's why that looks so bad. And this is just the Genesis 8 male, okay? So, but, and when we go in now to parameters, and we select our Ezra character here, okay? So I don't think we need the old Ezra character. We can just delete them. Now we have this Genesis 9, the skin. This is Ezra's skin. It's definitely Ezra's skin, okay? And so we go into Ezra and E. And now, okay, E, Ezra. Now we have Ezra's body here in our morphs, okay, which don't work really, and Ezra's head, which doesn't really work either, okay, but it, and this is the kind of the rub here. So what we could try, okay, we have one other choice here, one other thing, okay, so we can get rid of Ezra here for now. We'll leave the Ezra body. Oh, see, we don't want to get rid of Ezra. Okay, we're gonna turn the Ezra body down for now, and the Ezra head. Okay, and we'll get rid of this word Ezra. And then we're gonna go instead where it says currently used, and we've used this masculine head, Genesis 8 masculine head and Genesis 8 masculine body. We're gonna switch this instead to, it says male body. We're gonna switch this to masculine. And all you have to type in is masculine, and you will find the Genesis 9 UL masculine INE. Okay, masculine, and so what we're looking for is the not neck masculine, we're looking for masculine body, base masculine body, and base masculine head. This is for Genesis 9. Okay, now actually those are for Victoria. Okay, so this one just says base masculine. I think there's another one here. Because those are the ones for Victoria. Okay, but it did kind of bring this into a masculine thing, and then we could try to go back here to Ezra, and see, does this respond better? See, and that seems to be responding better to the geometry. A little bit, we can get a little bit more. We can at least get Ezra's kind of face in here. All right. So now the problem are the eyes are too small, and there is supposedly there is a morph for the eyes. Okay, let's see how that works. It's even if the morph doesn't work, we have some other options. Eye scale. So we're going to go left, right. Where's it? Just do we have to do them left and right, or can we do them both together? All right, so I guess we have to scale them left and right. There's 1 and 2. All right, it looks like they're kind of working. Sort of, kind of, maybe. And we may have to move them around a little bit, but that seems to be working. But are they deep enough? Okay, so what I usually do, okay, this is the eye scale. Then we go into we can select each eye. We can pull them out a little bit. Okay. It would help. Z, that just was not right. Okay. You pull them out a little bit, and you pull this over a little bit like that. Pull this one out a little bit. Pull this one over a little bit like that. In. Okay. Let's see what he looks like. Okay, 9. All right. And you might say, okay, and so now we have this problem with the shine on the skin. And so what we do with this is we go to the, now you see we have this male suit, okay? This is the skin now. It's taken the skin off of Ezra. We have a mouth suit, we have eyelash suit, and we have eye suit. And so you can see now, these I believe are Genesis 8 eyelashes. And if you look close enough, you can see there are eyelashes here, okay? And he just doesn't have eyebrows right now. And there's possibly a way we could have gotten Ezra's eyebrows to work. Probably, okay, so what we're going to do now, but this is a Genesis 9 figure. So Genesis 9 hair will work on him without any kind of auto fit. Genesis 9 clothes will work on him without any auto fit. And you can also, and I'm going to show you some really, really cool things, okay? All right, I'll be here. Art, oh, that's the be right back. I thought you were saying you will be right back. It was me. Okay, I get it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go into surfaces, and we're going to look at this male. And when I click on this, everything's kind of selected. And we have a couple of things here. We have diffuse roughness. And down here, yeah, all right, well, that's awesome. Now, you see, remember, we are now working with PBR textures. We're not, they have these, that's why his skin looks a little different, okay? It's because it's no longer a, his skin is no longer a, it's no longer a Iray skin, it's PBR. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go here now to so what we have are two different roughness lobes. Okay, I'm gonna explain this a little bit. Okay, I don't know exactly how these lobes work, these roughness lobes. Okay, but you have two roughnesses, and then you have a ratio. And I would assume if I put this ratio about in the middle, then it's using a little bit of this roughness and a little bit of at about 50%. Okay, I'll go put it up to 50 here if we can get 50. All right. So there. So what you do is then they're both being used at 50%. Whether if they should be or not, I don't know. But if you want to bring the roughness, if you want it to have less shine, then you bring, because when I brought that down to 50%, it was using more of this one than that one. But if I bring, and you don't want to take all the shine out, you just want to bring enough so it looks kind of natural. All right. Now you see that is not a bad skin. And if you look at his face, okay, even though, and I believe what's happened is the reason why we lost all those muscles is because those were part of the brute body, okay? And if I think I might have, so if we go into parameters and we just select this guy and we search for brute, I may have, okay, see, I haven't, we should probably go back and do the brute body, okay? But now, another thing is now his skin might be a little too light. Now, I have this thing here, mostly used. It's called UGA Adjust Gamma, okay? Here is another tip from my channel, only here. Only here. You probably won't hear this product mentioned in any other channels, but here is a gamma. And when you select this male suit here, okay, it allows you to lower. It's just, that's all this is. It's called, and if we go to the DAZ store and we search for gamma, like gamma, just in the DAS store here. Universal gamma adjuster. It's 40% off right now, okay? And you can adjust the gamma on anything, on any. All you have to do is select it in the thing, and it will adjust, make it darker, lighter. It's dealing with gamma, okay? So what we can do is just darken him up a little bit, just a tiny bit, like just a tiny bit, which I don't know that he really needs it. I'm just showing you because sometimes the gamma is not quite right, and this is how you do it. This takes your diffuse textures, which is actually your base texture, and your translucency texture, and it just darkens and lightens the gamma. Now, it's going to take a moment for that to compute. And we can go a tiny bit. It sometimes only takes a little. Part of the problems that I'm in Iray here too. But you should see that kind of. Now, if I go a good ways on this one, sometimes they slide perfectly, but it's still good. It's got Iray preview selected. So it's going to, every time you change that, it's going to tell Iray, it's probably going to turn it off and on and turn it, say, recompute Iray, which is kind of nice because sometimes Iray just sits there. So, okay, I think we got his man boobs back again. So, we are working with textures here. So, okay, so we're waiting for it to, and you should see him get darker, okay? He will get darker, okay? And so this works. It works on the male suit. Now, what if we just kind of go a lot, okay? And see what happens, okay? Now, just to show you that it works, and then I'm probably going to undo this, or I'll cancel out, so we can go back to his original color. So all right. So what this is, okay, we're going to wait and see if this comes back nice and dark. Yeah, see, it is darker, okay. So, all right, we'll cancel this out, and we'll show you that, yes, it does have an effect on them, okay. It changes, there's his original color, okay. So it changes the gamma. He has too much red in his skin, okay, so I can go to surfaces here, and I'll just select everything here, and we're just going to take and go to the translucency color. We'll try, there's quite a bit of translucency used. So we're just, not red, not green. We'll just take the red down a little bit. There, okay? So we just take some of the red out, and he's got some pretty nice skin. Now, okay, I'm going to explain, this is complicated, okay? What's just happened here? Well, if you notice, when I come here, I can put Genesis 8 hair, okay? So we're going to put, you can put, this is Genesis 9 except for the textures, which are Genesis 8, okay? And so when you go to this figure, you go to, where would it be? Let's put some clothes and cover up his man boobs. All right, so we go here and we put, let's see, some kind of clothing on him. And let's try this, this outfit. And all I have to do is select the entire outfit, but we have to select our Ezra, you know, like you do, you select the whole figure. And just click on it. And all of this clothing is just going to go on without any auto fit or anything. It's going to go right on our Genesis 8 figure, okay? And if I had converted Brute, I could actually use those morphs and morph them into his body, okay? So that's Genesis 8, and the same for hair. Okay, the hair, it's the same thing for hair. We'll just give him this hair, I guess, the default hair. Let's find the actual hair instead of the materials. And we double click on this. And no, it doesn't require any kind of conversion or auto fit. The hair, it's saying this is a Genesis 9 figure, and the hair is going to fit on him perfectly. And we'll also put Genesis 9 eyebrows on him just to show you that and we can delete the Genesis 9 the eyelashes and put Genesis 9 eyelashes right on him, okay? We can put Genesis 9 facial hair on him. We can put Genesis 9 body hair on him, okay? And so we go to the materials. These are H materials. Just make it black. He looks so weird because he doesn't have eyebrows. So, but we'll just change the hair to black, I guess, for now. And the same thing we can do is put a Genesis 9, put Genesis 9. So some tricks are being done here, okay, and if you want to run a D-Force simulation, go ahead, okay? But what you're looking at here for the textures are the Genesis 8 textures. So we can go now into our products. We'll go out of here. And we're going to go Essentials. Essentials. And we're going to go to this Genesis 9 Starter Essentials. I think this is where we'll find hair. Hair would be anatomy. Eyebrows, okay? So we can just attach these Genesis 9 eyebrows to him. Let's see what this looks like on him. He's Genesis 9. Okay, so, and the same thing for Genesis 9 and the materials. We select and we look down here and we have the Genesis 9 eye card for eyebrows. Okay, and we can go to the materials here for the eyebrows. And eyebrow color, we'll go with the black. Which one is this? Genesis 9, I guess. Try one. Okay, so that just turned them to black. Okay, so, but underneath on top of this and underneath is the skin that is Genesis 8. And what you can do is you can swap this Genesis 8 skin out, or the eyeballs. Okay, so if I select this Genesis 8 eye suit, we have the eyelash suit. We can delete the eyelashes and put Genesis 9 eyelashes there. Okay, or we can leave this eyelash suit and we can and the mouth suit. So what you can do is basically change. You can either do it, I believe, by selecting Ezra. And what you do, this is kind of weird. This is the hard part that you'll always forget how to do, okay? But, okay, what we're jumping across several products when we're doing all of this. One is this character converter, okay? And that is here, okay? Character converter. And I would suggest, I work mostly with male characters, but I would suggest buying the bundle, okay? The character converter Genesis bundle, okay? This bundle here. And okay, so this product does what we just saw, okay? It converts the Genesis, you put the Genesis 8 male into the scene, or 8-1, and then you put the Genesis 9 dev into the scene. You select the 8-1 character first, then you run, and then you select, hold shift and select the Genesis 9 character, and then you run the appropriate script, and that would be up in here. If you're doing Genesis 8, it doesn't matter if it's 8 or 8.1. You just select G8 male to Genesis 9, okay? And it will convert that. Now this is to do a custom convert where you take the custom character, and so you bring the 8.1 in and you do your custom morphs to him, and then you put the Genesis 9 dev in and you select them both. Now this other one where it says convert Genesis 8 male to Genesis 9, when you click on that, it opens up, like, I think, okay, it clears the scene. Okay, I don't want to clear the scene. Okay, what it does is opens a dialog box and allows you to bulk convert. Now, I have made a video on that. I'm not going to go into the bulk conversion process today. It does work. It's very complicated. That would take over an hour, 2 hours just to do that, okay? But what I've shown you now is how to convert a figure. So we have an actual figure in the scene that we've just kind of taken from a Genesis 8 figure. But what's really cool here is now I can select Ezra, and then I can go to any Genesis 8 figure. Genesis 8, not 8.1, okay? You remember Genesis 8.1, 8 textures don't work on Genesis 8.1 and vice versa. Okay, so we're going to go now to, we can now, just to show you also that we can take the Genesis 9 face hair, and I'm going to also show you some stuff about body hair. Okay, so this is Cade, and we're going to go to hair, and we're just going to put Cade's beard right on this Genesis 8 figure. Okay, and you'll see it's going to snap right on. This is Genesis 9 hair, face hair, and it without any kind of autofit or anything, it just snaps right on. All of the Genesis 9 stuff now fits him, but what we have is Cade's skin from the Genesis 8 skin. So, but what I'm going to do, I'll also show you some stuff about body hair, okay, that you can use some really cool stuff on here, and there are a few caveats, okay, because the body hair is, remember, it's conforming to the new skin, okay? All of this is conforming to the new skin that's been put on, okay? And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our figures, male figures here, because that's what we have here, and we're going to go to our Genesis 8 figures, and what I'm going to do is show you something really cool, okay? So we're going to go into this. This is another, this is Donovan, all right? And we're going to go to his materials, all right? These are his materials. You don't just click on Ezra and then double click on the materials. You select Ezra, and then you go up into this favorites menu, and you go to this material suit. This is a different program. And then it says Genesis 8 to 9 hierarchical material. And you select that, okay? And suddenly he has Genesis 8 Ezra's skin, okay? See how cool that is? Or we can go here to, let's say, Asher's skin. Go into here. Find his materials. This is Asher, no brows. We don't need brows. This is the full material. You go up into here. You don't just double click on it. You go up into here. You go to this material suit, and you click on that. And now he has Genesis 8 Asher's skin. And I believe this skin has been converted. Now, Asher's skin looks really light, okay? So you can go in and use your gamma, okay? The gamma program that I showed you. We could go into this most used, the gamma adjust. Okay, we have to actually select the skin, so we go to the bodysuit. It's convoluted. Okay, then go to surface, then go to gamma. Make sure they're all selected. All these surfaces are selected. Okay, then you can go here because we've actually got some geometry selected with surfaces that we want to use. And we can go and darken this up a little bit like that. I mean, you might like him just the way he is, okay? But I believe that when it puts this skin on here, it converts it to PBR. I might be wrong, but I am almost 100% positive. That's why the shine is a little different. That's why it's a little bit off, okay? Is because it's converted it to a different language, which is better. The PBR is better. So when you export him out of here, and actually, you can't export him out of DAZ because this bodysuit and all of this stuff, I don't believe that the FBX conversions and all that will let you take him out of here. So the bodysuit is not compatible with FBX, so you're stuck with him in DAZ, okay? And that's it. Can you take him into Hexagon? I don't know. But, so we should see his skin get somewhat darker. It didn't get a lot darker, but it got somewhat dark. It doesn't look quite as light. And you can also go into the shaders and like just and change the darkness, the brightness there as well. So this is quite a bit, okay? I might change the diffuse texture quite a bit depending on the ratio between the translucency and the base texture. So, but this universal gamma adjuster is a massive tool that you just have to have. Now we're going to go into here, because when we go back here on this converter here, you're going to see two products, okay, here. And this is the 8 female and the male. Material suit for Genesis 9. This is the other product. So you need to have both this character converter and you have to buy the material suit. And I think you can buy them in a, let's see, if we click on the male one here, I think it'll show you, oh, it's in the bundle. Okay, so you don't have to buy them if you buy this bundle, okay? And I forgot that. I'm sorry about that. But so these two products are part of the bundle. You install them, and then you can put them up into your scripts, okay, like I did. And see, so now it's still working on trying to change his. So it's just changing a lot of maps to some. Here when you do this, and it's the same thing, but I think it takes a little bit longer. Here we go with this universal gamma adjuster than it does, but in here but it's changing a lot, fingernails, everything. Okay, he does look darker. Okay, remember he looked really light there. Okay, so now his skin looks pretty darn good, actually, you know. So and just think, this character is not somebody you see on the block every day. He's new. We've taken him from a past world, okay, and brought him into today. And his skin is just like really nice now. And so, yeah, and what you can do now, you notice his eyes are kind of a little bit, they aren't the best eye, maybe the best eyes that you can get. Now, I don't believe he has the tear duct thing. So we can just go to click on him. He's supposed to be Genesis 9. We can go to our scripts here and add the Genesis 9 tears. And now they're there. I think we should only have one tier suit. Yeah. So we have now the tier thing in there. I guess it's shaped into that. And It might be in the wrong place. I don't know. No, it looks like it's in there right. And now what we can do is select the eye suit. And this is what's really cool. You don't even have to do anything. You just go into your Genesis 8 eyes and say, oh, I'd like to give him Ezra's blue eyes. You select the eye suit, and bam, you can just jump. These are Genesis 8 eyes on a Genesis 9 figure. You see, you can just imagine how much I had to go through. Now he's got green eyes to learn all these just idiosyncrasies about these products. Okay, but what you want to do is you want to put your character converter up in your favorites, and you want to put all of the character converter options up in a folder here, and then your material suit, you want to put that. So because I'm going to show you now another way to do this. Okay, so let's save Ezra file, save. We'll just call this Ezra in the future. In the future. We'll save it here, okay? And that's Ezra. Ezra like we've never seen him before, okay? The real Ezra. And you could put things like, so, okay, I'm going to do one more thing for Ezra, okay? Is we're going to take off his shirt. I'm sorry, Art, but I have to show you Ezra. So Ezra is the Genesis, has been converted. The shape and the skin is from Genesis 8, and he's on a Genesis 9 figure. Everything fits on him auto-fit, okay? But we're going to take the shirt off for now, and we're going to take off the, we'll leave the suspenders, okay? And what we're going to do now is we're going to put some Genesis 9 hair on Ezra, okay, on this Genesis 8 figure. Okay, so that's the body hair. So we go to body. See, yeah, this is convoluted as can possibly be. You're going to get to see this stuff the way in all its glory here. So what we're going to do is this hair first, because this is probably the best hair that you can use for your Genesis 8 figure. Your Genesis 9 hair. This is probably the best. This is the best Genesis 9 hair that you can use. So we're going to just double click, and we're going to put it right on him as if he's Genesis 9. Yeah, I know. I that's why I left them on. Okay, it takes a moment here for this to snap onto his skin. Now I'm going to tell you something. His skin isn't exactly in the place that the Genesis 9 skin would be. But with this particular product, you can't tell if the hair is slightly embedded in, if it's a little bit kind of not following the suit completely. Because if it's not following, it's going to be embedded down and deep into it. But here, I think this is it. And look, this is Genesis 9 hair on Ezra, on a Genesis 8 figure, okay? So you heard it here. Thank you, people, for the likes. Really nice now, okay? And this is Genesis 8. He brought in, with green eyes, brought into the beautiful Genesis 9 world, okay? And so this is Ezra. And, of course, you can do the same kind of stuff. If the hair is a little bit too strong, you select the hair. I think we can do it all, like select the hair like this, legs, arms, nostril hair, arm hair, go to surfaces. Or we can select them all here. And we can just take down the opacity a little bit. And then, or a lot. And just kind of make it barely, we doesn't have to have. This is how nice this works. Okay, so if he's got too much shine, we can go in, and we already did mess with his the shine on his skin. So there you go. Or if you want to just hairy him right up, we can go all the way up to the top with it. And I believe you could probably go into here and take off the limits and go even higher with the hair to make it really stand out if you want. And this is like hairier than they kind of expected us to use. So, but this is probably about where it should be, somewhere in here. And so, yeah. All right. But now I'm going to show you one other thing about hair, okay? We're going to select Ezra, and now this is a whole other thing. We're going to put this body suit or geo shell or body hair shell on Ezra, okay? This is a Genesis 9. So we've already put this skin shell onto Ezra. Okay, we put a skin shell on him. All right. And now we're going to put another shell. And will it work? That's the question. Okay, and this skin shell, this particular hair is painted on. Yes, mesh grabber. I use mesh grabber many times within every scene I make. So yeah, you're right, CDJ. And also, once you start using mesh grabber, what happens is your mind resists using it, and you think, oh gosh, I've got to use mesh grabber, and you keep putting it off and putting it off. Don't just click on your tool settings, switch to mesh grabber, and there we are. And you can click, make sure you select the thing you want to grab and work with, and you're there, okay? It's because my brain used to say, oh God, I got to work with mesh grabber, and it would take me forever to just think, okay, all I have to do is click the tools settings, go in here, select mesh grabber, and I'm ready to go. And, you know, I had to kind of clear a path in my brain to just use mesh grabber the minute I think of it, okay? And not feel like it was something hard to do. It's not. It's not. So I can feel for you because I had that same oh gosh kind of thing going on. And the thing is some of the funnest time I've ever had working with me. One time I tried to take this suit, this dress, and put it on. It was like, I don't know, a little toon girl or something. And it was the toon girl wasn't based on any Genesis figure. She was just like a doll or something. And I tried to put this cute little dress on her. And it was in some kind of scene. She was outside sitting by a tree or something. And I was trying to put this little dress on. And I had to like move every part of the dress, get it kind of sort of there. It took me like 3 hours of working with mesh grabber. And after you've worked with mesh grabber for it was more than 3 hours, but it was like 4 hours of working, just moving every little part, dragging that part, and then I would go like into because with mesh grabber you can literally manipulate vertexes, because there was parts of the dress that were all bunched up, and I was working with every little vertex and everything, and in the end after working for 4 hours on it, I just scrapped it. But you know what? What I didn't lose, because it just didn't work and it was horrible. It looked terrible. What I didn't lose out of that experience was the experience using mesh grabber. okay? Because I became really good at Mesh Grabber, okay? So that's, yeah. So I carried that with me, and it's now when you see me working in Mesh Grabber, it's somebody. And I have done that. I have not done that once. I have done that many times. There was another time where there was this problem with the crotch of some pants, and I kept pulling and pulling and moving that vertex over here. It was all messed up and twisted up. And I spent 3 or 4 hours trying to fix a pair of pants. And you know what? In the end, I'm not making this up. It didn't work because I didn't have mesh smoothing tools. I didn't have those things. And so after working hours and hours and hours trying to fix that, it didn't work. But again, what I carried with me, okay, yeah, all right, Art, come back, friend. Come back to us. Yes, what I brought with me was a massive, massive love and appreciation and skill with Mesh Grabber, okay? And I'll select Mesh Grabber and show you just a couple of things where it says you can select the face or the edge or the vertex. So you can move, in or out or up or down the each edge of, so you can just select the edge and move the edge and it drags everything with it, or you can select the vertex, or you can select the face. Okay, so that should give you enough. And the way the gizmo's oriented, when you click these different things, the gizmo changes. I don't know everything I don't know what a lot of these things do. There's a lot I don't know about Mesh Grabber, but there is a lot I know about it. Just experience using it. Okay, so yeah, the best way to learn Mesh Grabber is to just go into wireframe mode and start messing with it for hours. And find one little project where you want to, and I will tell you, you probably will fail at it because Mesh Grabber is missing some other tools. It's missing mesh smoothing. And that's what you spend hours trying to do, is get the mesh so it's smooth, and you can't smooth it because it's too tedious. We're talking about hundreds of vertexes that are each one is twisted and each one of them is off, okay? And the only way to smooth and mesh in DAZ Studio is to do it in hexagon. That's it. So really, but Mesh Grabber is to do that really quick thing, to just like to go in and pull the mesh out a little bit to get to stop the skin from poking through. I hate to take and go in and hide part of my character, hide their torso. I hate doing that. I just like to pull the cloth a little bit away from the body so that it doesn't show. And now I'm going to show you, because it's funny that you mentioned Mesh Grabber, CDJ, because we are going into... All right, so I promised you Mesh Grabber, and that's what we're going to do, okay? And this was part of this. This is why you need a laptop. Okay, this time my computer wants me to restart. I'm not sure that I still agree with that, Art. I still say get a desktop. That will be my new goal, to mess with it more. Well, I'm going to show you some stuff with it, okay? Just the basic stuff, but we're going to go. Now, you see, this is a body shell, okay? And what we do is, if you try to put this Genesis 9 body shell on a Genesis 8 character, it will just be disaster. It's made for Genesis 9. But we now have, remember, we have put a layer, and I believe that Genesis 9 skin layer is still here. but it's hidden. I believe it's hidden. I don't believe it's been deleted, okay? And so this skin, but actually it says in the tutorial that it's been removed, okay? We've removed the Genesis 9 skin. We've replaced it with Genesis 8 bodysuit. And now we're going to put a Genesis 9 shell over top of our Genesis 9 figure with Genesis 8 skin. And what happens, okay? Now we're going to find out. Okay, we get kind of, well, it looks like something happened. And it doesn't look too bad. It looks like something just isn't the right size, okay? Now we select this shell. It's now it's a body shell. It covers the whole body, okay? And we select the shell and we put the materials on, and this is painted on hair. The last hair that I showed you, that was like the creme de la creme of wire of strand-based hair, okay? And that was also Omni hair. So that is like the most realistic, off the body hair that you can get, okay? Now this hair is painted on hair, and there's a time when painted on hair is much, much better than off the body hair, okay? Because painted on hair doesn't come through the clothing, and all you have to do is have your figure about this far away, and you can't tell it's painted on, period. And painted on hair can look more real than strand-based hair, okay? Because there's an art factor, and there's your word, there's your name, art. There's an art factor in painted on hair. And if you look at this hair, look how real it is in these different examples of painted on hair. This is an amazing product, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to take and select this body shell, and we're going to place one of these painted on hair materials over the body shell, okay? And I'm going to pick one that's kind of heavy in hair so we can really kind of see it. And then we're going to see like what's happening here, okay? So we select this, and suddenly we have hair here, but something's wrong, okay? Something's wrong. Now the face looks okay, and we go into texture shaded mode, and we can still see that there's a problem here, okay? But what's really weird is this shell here that's going around the skin, okay? Because obviously the shell is cutting into the skin, okay? So this is a problem with the, see, I told you this, I was going to show you everything in this video about this subject, okay? About converting stuff, because you want to put this is such an awesome product, and you want to be able to put this hair on your male figures, okay? With the Genesis 8 skins, you want to be able to use it on your Genesis, and look at it. And what happens when you go and say, I'm not going to hesitate, I'm just going to go right into geometry editor, boom, the mesh grabber, okay? And I have this shell selected. When I click on it, nothing happens. Why? Because this shell isn't geometry, okay? Why isn't it geometry? I have no idea, okay? That part is over my head. I don't know why they didn't make this body shell into actual like mesh and just have it lay over the skin. I don't know why it couldn't have. Why can't I put smoothing modifiers? Why can't I put, and the reason why I know it's not geometry is because when I select the shell and I go and select the shell here, we don't need brute here. We select the shell in parameters and I go edit, object, geometry, convert to sub D, it pops up and it says, you must select an object in the scene that contains geometry and which has not already been converted to perform this action. Well, my first thought, well, oh, it's already sub D. But then my second thought was, or it doesn't contain geometry. And as you notice, these things, we have these which seem to be like some sort of like honeycomb like geometry thing. And then we have this shell thing that looks like something, well, it's not geometry, okay? It's something else. And I don't know what that something else is, okay? But it's not, this shell isn't geometry. That's my assumption. If I'm wrong, please expound about that. That's what the comments are for, people. All right, so, but what do we do? Okay, well, luckily, when we go into parameters, they give us this morph here. It says offset distance, okay? And so it's, and we're talking about how offset it is. It's at 0.03, okay? 0.03, which is offset from the skin by not even a micrometer, And so so I found that like we need to get up to like 1 here. And there's still a little bit more, still a little there. So we can go 1.1, 1.5 maybe. 5. And voila. But the problem is when you look at the hands, okay, at the arms, see, it's kind of like sticking off. You can see it's not. See, I have blazed through this trail for you people because you'd say, oh, it's perfect. No, it's not. Okay, so the thing is that what if we just kind of back off a little bit and say, what if we go to just like to 1, or we go down to 0, say 9, or we go even down to 0.6. Okay, and now we can see we got some problems here. But when we go to the arm, it's not quite as bad, okay? And you say, okay, does it matter? Because we're not going to be seeing this guy except from way back here. And you know what? I can't see a tiny bit of hair, and that little bit of hair sticking off the edge really kind of makes it look like there's actual hair there and not just a painted on thing. So, but what you can do is you could leave it here, and instead what you do is you click Ezra, or you click the bodysuit. Okay, we click the bodysuit, male suit, and that has geometry. Okay, and then you go into Mesh Grabber and you select this and you push the suit in like that. Okay, and you be careful because just a little bit of pushing, and unfortunately Mesh Grabber does not have nudge. Okay, so a little bit of pushing, you could just completely concave his chest in and not know it. Okay, so, and we got a little piece here. And so you can see the bodysuit is not made of really massively fine geometry. Okay, and we push that in. I just pushed it in a hair. Okay, so this is the perfectionist in you. If you really don't want that sticking off the arm like that, you could just back off of it a little bit and then take it. It looks like we got another spot here. I don't know. And I'm sure that if we take and look at his butt, which we're not gonna, and luckily he doesn't have hair on his elbows, or that could be kind of really itchy all the time. I don't know. But look, there's a piece there. And so we're going to push. Remember, we're not pulling out the shell. We're pushing in this bodysuit just a little bit, okay? So, all right. So I've taught you now how to use, but that means that you can use a Genesis 8 skin, which those artists worked really, really, really hard. That Genesis 8 skin gets converted to PBR when I believe it gets converted to PBR, and we can go now out of here. And now we can go into Iray and see what this guy looks like with his new furry. You can see there's a little bit, but you probably wouldn't be able to notice that. But his new furry look, that does look nice. And I told you that painted on hair looks much more beautiful. The only thing is you have to have him from a distance, because you turn him sideways and it's going to look like he's got a shine on his stomach, because it just doesn't, it's painted on. There's no depth to it really, but from a distance, that looks really nice. Okay, so, and you have all of these different options. Look how many different painted on hairs, and he gave you, and all I have to do is click on this, click on the shell, all right, and I can change it to brown, I can change it to red, I can change it to blonde, okay, and I don't know why it doesn't look too blonde, but the colors but what you can do is you can then go in, it's just a color. You go into this blonde, and you can go to surfaces, and you have all of the hairs here, the body hair stuff, and you can go up here and look at the color, and there's our base color, and you could just kind of pick a better blonde, maybe, I don't know, maybe not, a little bit lighter, which it's not working, but that's the thing. It's that you just have to kind of play with it. That's the way it works. So blonde is the hardest hair to get to look right, okay, anyway. So, but that just definitely doesn't look right. So we've probably got to go somewhere in here. But it's a little too green, maybe. So you have to mess with it, okay? And you also, again, have your cutout opacity. Now, I believe, so see, once you bring that cutout opacity down, then your hair, that does look blonde, yeah. Yeah, it does. You could give him a blonde beard and all. Hair is very hard. You have to work at it to make it artistically aesthetically look right, okay? So there it is. So this is, that's that. Now I'm going to show you another thing, okay? Now I'm going to go back. What are we looking at right now? Well, what we're looking at is we're looking at a Genesis 8 figure. Okay. Okay, you want to turn that Intel stuff off. You're smart, Art. I know you probably know what I was talking about, but the Intel, if you can turn that Intel stuff off, you might be able to activate your CPU, but you may not want to do that. You may not want to activate, because that, when your GPU renders things, it will render your scenes very fast. Your CPU will allow you to have large scenes, okay? But they will be so slow. Each iteration will take like a half a minute to a minute, okay? But if you can clear all the clutter out of your scenes and render with your GPU, it will go bam, 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 bam. It will go right through those iterations like nothing. So it's really best to turn off your CPU, keep it off, even if you fix the problem and your CPU doesn't crash? That's probably why it's crashing, is because of that Intel. Would not allow me to watch live streams while rendering for some reason. Something updated and poof, yup. So, yeah, you want to turn that Intel, I forget what it's called. Forget what it's called, but it has something to do with optimizing your cores, okay? And it came out with Windows 10, and almost within months, right when I bought my computer, I would turn it on and it would just blue screen because of that. And it took me days to figure out what it was. That it was that Intel optimizer. And once I turned that off, my computer is like, all of a sudden I'm free to use this thing. So okay, so now I've gone into this. Now the thing is that what if you don't want to change their face and you want to just use a Genesis 9 figure, and like Michael 9, and you want to just put Genesis 8 skin on him? What if you don't really want to change the way the shape of their body and the shape of their face? What if you just want to put Genesis 9 skin on a Genesis 8 skin on a Genesis 9 figure? Okay, so we're gonna save him. Okay, we'll save this. Okay, and then we're gonna go File, Save As. We're just gonna say New, Create. Bye, Ezra. Okay, we'll work on you again soon, buddy. All right, so what if you just want to put Genesis 8 skin on Genesis 9? Okay, then what we're going to do is we're just going to put a Genesis 9 figure, and all those other things, like, you know, if it's Genesis 9 with Genesis 8 skin, it's still going to use Genesis 9 clothes and Genesis 9 hair, and Genesis 9, and the bodysuit's going to work the same way, and the clothes and all of that stuff's going to work the same. So we're going to pick a Genesis 9 figure. Okay, so we're going to go Figures, Male. Okay, highest first. And let's, because we had such a trouble with Nahul, let's use Nahul. And he's HD. I don't believe that HD has any kind of problem with that. Okay. But now think, your Genesis 9 has got Genesis 9 teeth, Genesis 9 eyes, Genesis 9 skin, and it's got another Genesis 9 eyelashes, eyebrows, okay? So that is something to consider, okay? Because if you're going to put Genesis 8 skin on them, how is that all going to work? Okay? That's what we're going to do. Okay? So this is beautiful Nahul. Okay, let's bring him in. Okay? Like this. And so we're going to switch. Habib! Okay. You have to watch the beginning of this video, Habib, okay? I'm going to go over a little bit, but that's what we're doing, is we're using Genesis 8 skin on Genesis 9, okay? And that is in this video, and you have to watch it from the beginning, okay? And everything that you wanted to learn about putting Genesis 8 skin on Genesis 9 is all done, and I'm going to show you. Now, this was by taking the pose from Genesis 8, I mean the shape, the body shape, and putting it on that's what we just covered, was taking the face. Yes, but stay with us, Habib, okay? Because we're going to be working I'm going to show you the quick way. Now, what we've just done is put Genesis 9, a Genesis 9 figure in here. And what we're going to do this time, instead of putting the Genesis 8 shape and body shape and all of that, and the Genesis 8 skin on a Genesis 9, we're just going to put the skin on, okay? So that we keep Nahul's shape, okay? But we change his skin to something, anything, Genesis 8, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is delete the eyebrows, the mouth, the ear, the tears, and the eyelashes, okay? We're going to just delete everything from him. So yes, we are. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go up into here. And you see these two products. I'm going to show you this product, okay? You have to purchase this product here. It says RSSY Character and Material Conversion, Genesis 8 to Genesis 9. And that includes Genesis 8.1 also. And so when I click on this product, you'll see that it comes with the converter, but it also comes with this material suit, okay? And it's the 8 and 8.1 male one and the 8 and the 8.1 female material suit for Genesis 9, okay? So that's what we're going to use this time. We're not going to convert him anything. We're just going to use the material suit. So the first thing we do is we go to the material. This is kind of easy. All I did was delete everything except the shell of his body, okay? And then I'm going to select, because we're going to use Genesis 8 material, I could select Genesis 8.1 material suit, and then I could put any Genesis 8.1 material on this Genesis 9 figure. So, all right. So, but I'm going to choose Genesis 8, male. And so we could use Genesis 8.1 or Genesis 8. We're going to choose Genesis 8. Make sure we have Nahul selected. And when we click on this, okay, look, it put a new mouth in. It put the male suit over, okay? It deleted the skin, removed the skin, and put this new suit on him. We got eyelashes, and we have eyes and tears. Okay, I don't think I deleted the 9 tears. Yeah, I did. It put the tear in as well. I believe the Genesis 9 tear. It put all of that back in here because I don't believe Genesis 8 has tears. The tear thing. I think that started with 8.1. Okay. So what we do now is we now select, I think you can either select Nahul or select the male suit. It doesn't matter which one you select. I like to select Nahul because then it will do eyes and everything. Okay. And then so we go back and we find a Genesis 8 male. Any one, okay? And remember, this is where this part is going to be the part you're going to forget, okay? And so if I can help you remember it, so we'll try Valentino, okay? And what I'm going to do is find Valentino's maps, and we're going to do eyebrows off. Now, I'm not sure. Eyebrows on. Eyebrows. Okay, where's the eyebrows off? Okay, they might be eyebrows off, unless, okay, no face, no eyebrows. Eyebrows off. Okay, I'm not sure. I haven't really kind of messed around with turning the eyebrows. I know you can do it, but it's not that easy. I mean, it's not as easy as so what we're going to select is all maps, okay? And you don't double click on it, even though it's an H material. You think you just double click on it and it'll put it on the figure. No, it doesn't work like that. And even if you click on the Genesis 8 male suit, which is all the skin, and double click on it, it won't work, okay? What you do is you select, I prefer to select Nahul, and then you go up into, again, your material suit, okay? Because I bought that product and I put all of these up in the favorites, okay? And you'll see that you have like the suit for the Genesis 8 male, the Genesis 8.1 male, the 8.1 female, and the 8.1 female. You have to put the suit on first. But then you have this one weird thing up here, and it says material suit, apply 8 to 9 hierarchical material. So what you have to do is you have to have it selected, okay? The one you want to apply, you have to have it selected here. Then you go into here and you go to the material suit and apply it. It's that easy. It's easy. And there it is. Now your Genesis 9 figure, this is Nahul. He has Valentino's skin. Okay, and Valentino has eyebrows. Okay, now I believe what we could do is possibly go here to the eyebrows off. 8 face, which is 8 male. This is Duff. Oh, this is RSL, so we would want the MDL, okay? And maybe we try this with our material suit and just apply that. And it says no, it can't do it. So maybe what we do is select the male suit and just double click. And there you go, okay? So that's how that works. And so now we can put Genesis 9 cards on his face. We can put Genesis 9 beard. We can put Genesis 9 eyebrows. We can put Genesis 9. Now the eyelashes, I believe, are Genesis 8. But what you can do is take this eyelash suit and just delete it and put Genesis 9 eyelashes. So we go here to our scripts, and I happen to have them up here for Genesis 9. There is our Genesis 9 eyelashes, and okay, I didn't have him selected. I have to delete this. Let's select Nahul, and then we'll put them on. Just put the Genesis 9 eyelashes. I keep them up here so I don't have to look around for them. And then you select the eyelashes, and then you pick, and I have my favorite ones. They're the straight eyelashes for males. And so I take this straight eyelash one here, put that on there. And now those are Genesis 9 eyelashes, okay? And then, but the thing is now we have this eye suit. So I can take and change, just by selecting the eye suit, I can change them to any Genesis 8 eyes. Okay, you got to make sure you have Genesis 8, but we can take any Genesis 8 male to take his materials and use their eyes, Louis eyes. Why do these eyes all kind of look alike? Okay, you can kind of tell they're different colors, but the Genesis 8 eyes. Okay, and there it is. Okay, and he looks kind of weird because he doesn't have eyebrows. Okay, so just kind of ignore that he looks kind of weird because of the no eyebrows and no hair and no, it's just. So we got Holt here. Let's try his materials. He's got a few eye colors. Brown, I think. What are these? I think these would be Iray. Eyebrows, dark. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, those are brown. That might be eyebrows. I don't know. These are the eyeliner. Okay. So now these, you might be able to add some of these lie things. I'm not sure. Makeup. I'm not sure how that does. Okay. I'm going to make you kind of mess with that yourself, but I believe that this would work by putting just lie things over. This is Genesis 8 skin on top of a Genesis 9 figure. Okay? And we're going to go, I love Akhenaten's eyes. For a while, I exclusively used them. He's also got dual color eyes where you can, one eye can be one color and the other. So, but we have the eye suit here. We have Akhenaten's eyes. Now, so you can change it. And if you think, well, that doesn't look like they're really changing, but they are. Let's go with the blue. See, now that's a blue eye. And there might be some kind of like a gloss over them, like it's what would you call it? And use the surfaces. You go into the eyes, okay, into the surfaces here, and I think there is the moisture, eye moisture, and this is where we can take that eye moisture down and go into cutout opacity and just bring it down a little bit, okay? So you don't have to have it's so moist that you can't even see the eye. And actually, I think it's either on or off kind of thing. But you can go into the color, refraction color, glossy color. You could maybe turn down some of the gloss on it. And you might even be able to replace it with Genesis 9 eye moisture. Okay, so just keep that in mind. By turning it off, then by turning it off, you could just then add another moisture there. Okay, so just keep that in mind as well. So, but we just turn off the glossy color, make it black, so the reflection's not there. It's still gloss. It's still a glossiness, but it's now we just took some of the we just took the massive gloss off of it a little bit, and now let's give him some eyebrows. So we go into, I think, we go into the smart thing here, and we go to essentials, and we go from in the default here, and we go the Genesis 9 expansion, and here we got some eyebrows, and we just give him some, select Nahul, give him some eyebrows. Okay, and that looks pretty good. And we could also just, I believe it would be blink. Yeah, because he's a Genesis 9 figure. So it would be blink. We could go blink and just close his eyes a little bit. He's kind of got a weird, they're like open, a little too open. Kind of relax them a little bit. Yeah. And then we do the same thing we would with the Genesis art. Good luck on every one of those reboots. There, you might be able to go into the BIOS of your computer, of your laptop, and turn off that Intel stuff. Okay? You might be able to go into the BIOS and turn off the Intel Core management stuff. It's just what should be one toggle that turns it off, and that would be it. And you might be able to turn back on your CPU rendering, but I kind of advise against it. Okay. The settings for Daz, right. Thanks to you. Awesome. Very good. Awesome. That makes me happy to help. I love helping. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, friends. Thank you for the likes on this video. Very much. Very much. Okay, so what we're going to do is now we have, this is Nahul with our, with the Genesis 8 figures skin, okay? And so we can now go with our face hair, you know, all of this. We can just go and, let's see, Marcus, does he have a hair, face, beard apply? Let's put Marcus's beard on Nahul. Because Nahul, and you see how quickly that stuff goes on. It just goes on so nicely. we can, oh, look at that. Wow. See the Genesis 9 eyebrows. All of a sudden, it's like, wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's just, this is what, and when we took that Genesis, I believe this is the case. And I can prove it, okay? Because what we'll do is we're going to open our PBR skin editor, okay? So let's go with, this would be manager. We look up the word manager, okay? And we go to default. And this right here is our PBR skin manager. And if this opens, utilities, yes, see that open. What that means is that when we did that clicked on that, when we clicked on this material suit and applied the Genesis 8 hierarchical material to Genesis 9, it converted that Iray Uber base Genesis 8 skin to PBR. And so that is a very important thing, because now we have this more realistic PBR skin with all that beautiful detail. Look at the veins and stuff in his. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful skin. And we take now and say, okay, well, the skin is a little bit too shiny. Well, you just click on your... Very cool. It is cool software tools. Isn't it cool? It's very cool. And so you want to watch this video, watch it over and over and over again until it clicks. Skip over the parts, because every once in a while I'll get why isn't this working? Well, after a minute or two, I fix that. Skip over those parts. I do when I rewatch these. I skip over parts because I was like, oh yeah, I remember it. A minute later I figure it out, and so I don't want to watch me trying to figure it out. So I just skip over parts. But now you say his skin is a little bit. We have an Uber base. So we have a PBR skin. So we're going to now select our male Genesis 8 male suit. And we're just going to select everything, okay, in all of the textures on the suit, okay? And then we're just going to go down. This is the really cool new thing. We have these specular lobes and the reflectivity, and we have the dual-lobe. And what I usually do, okay, if you want to bring this down, we have a ratio, which is saying use more of this, I think, than it is that. Then lobe 2, because it's way over here. So what if I just kind of even that ratio up a little bit, okay? And then we bring down this roughness here and we have to bring up the roughness, okay? And bring up this roughness here. And as we bring it up, suddenly his skin is no longer as rough. And suddenly we have this beautiful, perfect skin, okay? And it looks like his eyes aren't quite fitting in his sockets a little bit, so we might have to mess with them. But that's what you have to do with every figure, is you have to click on the eyes and resize them. Now this eye suit, again, I'm going to tell you that the eye suit does have built-in, which you can also just use the select each eye separately and scale them up. But it does have if you select this, you'll notice that you have a left and right scale for the eyes. So you can just bring them up a little bit like that, like this, so that it's just and you want to zoom in and make sure you don't mess them up, okay? But I usually come in And I always kind of mess with them a little bit to make sure they line up perfectly in the eye socket. Because you can buy a brand new figure and the eyes right out of the box just don't fit the figure right. That is really nice. And then we give him some hair, and this is all Genesis 9. It's a Genesis 8 skin on Genesis 9. And it works beautifully. It just works so nice. And it's Genesis 8 skin. So this skin is going to look better on your Genesis 9 figures than it ever looked on your Genesis 8 figures because it's PBR, okay? And you can convert your Genesis, so you could just use your Genesis 8 figures with all the Genesis 8 clothing and Genesis. There's reasons to use a Genesis 8 figure without converting it to 9 because there are overlays, there are a lot of things like that that just don't work with Genesis. And now the PBR converter, I don't know that it converts overlays properly. Sometimes there are issues, okay, with all of this. But sometimes there's a good reason to just use Genesis 8 clothing on them. And the thing is that the PBR converter, you can convert the clothing to PBR as well. And then, okay, I'm going to also go into this again. It's so deep as it is wide. It really is, because now we've got this Genesis 9 figure, and we're going to go back to the body hair, because this body hair, we're talking about PBR textures and how much nicer PBR textures look. Well, what about this new Omni hair, okay? Well, we're just going to go here to hair, and we'll go to body, and we're going to put some of this Omni hair on top of this Genesis 8 skin, okay? Because remember, we took a Genesis 8 skin and put it on this figure, and this is the Omni hair right here. Again, it's this awesome product. It's called Genesis 9 Body and Vellus Hair. And so we just double click on this, and I believe this is the hair that is Omni hair, okay? I'm almost positive. If we go into it, we're going to look in the materials, and it takes a while for it to snap on, okay? But now we're using a Genesis 8 texture skin on a Genesis 9 figure, and we're able to use this Genesis 9 body hair on top of that. It's still snapping to him, so that's why it's not up here and everything. It's still trying to snap to the skin. And I believe it is indeed snapping to the old skin, which has supposedly is deleted. But you really can't tell, okay, with this hair at all. Now it's snapped, okay, it's all snapped on and everything. And so he's now got this beautiful Omni hair, okay. That's a reason to not use Genesis 8 figures, but there is an Omni hair converter, and we'll maybe look into that at some point. But what it allows you to do is take, I believe, only strand-based hair, which a lot of body hair is strand-based hair. Some of it is painted on, and some of it is deforce, which is a whole different kind of ball game here. And again, you can come in here and mess with this and take the go to the surfaces. So we select this hair here, the torso hair. We select that and go into surfaces. Okay, we don't want to select torso. What we want to do is select all of them. Armpit, hair, torso. Okay, arms, legs, torso, all of this. Select them all, and then come in. Then we have them all here, and then we select that, and then we can go into the cutout opacity and just bring it down a little if we don't want it so So obvious, okay, a little softer looking. And then we put some kind of hair on him. So this figure has the face of Nahul, but we have the skin of Genesis 8, I think Antonio. All right? And I'm really liking this skin on Nahul. Like a lot. I found that Nahul's Marcus, no, it's not Marcus, it's Antonio. I found that Nahul's lips are kind of weird. They don't have the artwork of the lips. They don't have this little crevice in the middle. And so you take Nahul's skin and put it on someone else, and it just looks really weird, like the skin just goes completely across the lip and it doesn't have that little indentation there. But this looks really nice with his shape, but with just a different skin. And so then we do some short hair on Nahul. We put on some. Let's try this. Why not stick with this whole? A cap on. Okay, so we're going to do this with a cap. And this is also, I believe this hair is also our, now I can't think of the name of it, the new hair. Okay, so, but it's in the materials. It'll tell us. Let's see what this looks like on him now. Okay, it's kind of goofy. I think we do have shapings. We can change the way it looks, the shape of it. This doesn't say H shape or anything. I think we have to select the actual cap or the hair, the hair to shape it. There we go. And then this one here. That's nice right there. Wow. And so we just take now, and now we mess with the materials. And this is where that's called all Omni hair, okay? Black. Why don't we go with the black Omni hair? Does that all we do is select this? It says H materials. So what if we put this on Nahul? Okay, maybe that's already black, and we might have to mess with it a little bit more. Okay, we might have to actually edit it by hand. Omni blended prime. Okay. Oh, that's the beard hair. Okay. Watching Rex and Jay all while rendering in Taz. Sorta back. Excellent. Is Jay live? He's because oh wow, nice. Wow. Very nice. Okay, this is the hair, okay? Hair. So this is variant, I think is a variant color. Oh, look at all the hairs, okay, colors we have. Let's try this MDL one. Okay, it's not putting it on, so let's try this one here. Hair. Maybe that's the one we have. It's not changing it. Let's see what happens when we go blonde. Omni blonde. Maybe we have to put it on the cap, because it has the whole thing. No, I'm not having good luck. Oh, I might have to select this. Okay, we have the cap selected. We might have to select this and go here. No, it's not working. And this is the scalp. Okay, what are these? So, all right, I can take this hair and go into surfaces, and we have them all selected. And this is where we can come in here and just, now what do we really want to do? We want to take off the shine. We're taking lower the shine. We have this roughness tip. Let's try viewport color. Let's go to roughness tip and roughness root and put the roughness up and see if it's just less shiny. And then we can go here into this hair dye root color. Let's go to just darken it. And the hair dye tip color. This is where it's really light. Let's see. Oh, this is the hair dye. This is usually if you want to change the hair color, okay, this is the where you do it is with the dye because it's on the outside of everything. But what we've got now is we don't have a lot of red in here, so we're going to bring the red up. That's a little too much. Bring the green up. The green up. That's a lot too much. And the red. Okay, we're at 66 here. And this one, we're going to go, this is the tip color. We're going to go pretty black here. And it's just still not matching with his hair color, but it's closer. We bring the red back up a little bit more. And we darken this a little more. So this, I just can't change the colors now. There is a product. Okay, so we have this hair here. There's a product that I bought. It's Omni. Let's look for Omni. And it allows you to change the hair color of Omni hair. Anything that's Omni here, it is Omni Shaders. Shader sets. Look at this. So we just try this Chocolate Intense. See what that does? Nothing. Maybe it did, but I just didn't notice it. All right, let's try making it purple and see what happens. Yeah, it did change it. So, and we have a ton of different colors here. So, this is for roughness, okay? Roughness 80. So it's like less rough, okay? Teal intense, chocolate brown. This is the tip color. Coffee bean. Tip dark. Dark chocolate. Oh, okay. And there was that black. Raven black. And we bring this also, and we go into the root color. So I guess that's the whole different thing is these, it has a, okay, this is maybe for the whole hair. That's pretty nice. That's probably the closest color that okay, this one's maybe a little darker. See, because his eyebrows are awful red. That's pretty nice right there. And I don't believe this hair is showing completely. I think we have to, you see now there's like this weird thing going on there. But I believe that will show up when we go into render. Let's just do a quick render and see what it looks like. I might have some kind of opacity thing that I gotta mess with. This is something we all have to learn Omni hair, okay? Because Omni hair is better than Iray hair. And that's the thing right there, is that we've got to all learn how to do Omni hair. And so there's fineness stuff. It's just a whole new ball of wax. And this looks terrible. It looks just horrible on him. But let's play with it a little more, okay? And let's see what happens when we go a little darker. Brown, black, intense. And this is even darker. Blue, black. That's kind of like a, all right, brunette, intense. We're just not getting the same kind of golden brown that, okay, and these are weird colors. Okay, so let's, as we go down, okay, I think what we do is we look here. So, okay, those are Omni presets, utilities. Okay, tessellation, preview on. Okay, that's echo stop. Tessellation 0, what's this? And Z, let's undo the tessellation 0. Okay, it's Omni hair. Gloss. Okay, gloss, here's the gloss. I don't know why they didn't break these up into little categories, like gloss and shades and double shades and, you know, yeah, that would have been helpful. And hair dye weight. Okay, so let's lower the weight to like 10. And then let's go hair dye weight up to 30, 90. Okay, look at this. Now this is kind of matching his hair color. And I believe maybe if we go into the surfaces, no, these are different hair dye. So, okay, so some of these are hair dye, and some of them are the base and translucency. Okay, because if I put this on, okay, this is weight 90. Okay, so, or we go weight 10. And so the hair dye that I just, these might be hair dye here. Okay, it doesn't say here. Tip colors, unique colors. To light tip mermaid blue. So, all right, when we set this to, all right, the red, gentle, intense. Okay, revolution for, okay, this looks, okay, for more gloss, for less gloss, gloss the most. This is going to be really white, okay. And we go here to gloss least. I don't usually turn the gloss off. I just do it around the middle, somewhere like, maybe gloss more is probably the best, right in there. You can go in and work with it granularly. This is the gloss default. That's pretty nice right there. That looks natural. Red intense, gentle red. Okay, what's this red? Where it gives a little bit more red or a little bit less red. See, this kind of looks nice because when it brings that red in, it matches with his, but now his chest hair. And you know what? I think we could select, because this hair that's on him is, I believe, strand-based hair. And if we select all of these hairs and we just put this same hair on him, chocolate, we might have to go here and select these parameters here. Look at it. It's doing it. It's converting. Oh, this hair is already Omni hair. So, yeah, it's going to work. So we go with the red intense. Fiery red, what's this? There it is. That just, see, this is working very well. And now and that is the beauty of Omni hair. Omni, it works with any hair that's strand-based. It's Omni hair. And that's why, so that your eyebrows, your beard, and all of that, and so we have the Marcus beard, which may also, it's probably strand-based hair. But we have to go and make sure we have it selected here. And we can take that beard here and do the fiery red on the beard. And there it is. See, it's a cohesive color along his body. And you know, not all men are like that. Some men have like a black beard, and then they have, or they can have a blonde beard, and they have then a dark beard on their chest, or a dark color on their chest. Or some men also have like a blonde mustache and a dark beard. Or some men have like little specks of colors in their beard. They have like just a variegated, like one hair will be red, another hair will be black, and yeah. So it's not really that simple, but at least it gives us two colors, and it gives us dye colors to this is one cohesive thing. He's a redhead. Yeah, it's very, very, very nice. So yeah, this is our, and what's really nice about this particular hair set is it doesn't stick off like enormously off the body. So you can put, and we remember this is Genesis 8 skin texture. And you can, now I'm going to also tell you that you can delete his eyes, and you can put Genesis 9 eyes in place of them, because right now these are the Genesis, it says Genesis 8 eye suit, okay? So these are to take it, but if you delete them, well, let's try it. Okay, we're going to delete the eyes. We'll select him, and we're just going to, I have the scripts right here for Genesis 9 eyes, and it looks like they're there, okay? And then we just take and select the eyes. Where are they? So we now have Genesis 9 eyes. So we don't have to use the whole kit and caboodle of the Genesis 8 materials. So then we can go here and select the eyes, not files, but here, and go to eyes. Okay, I'm becoming despondent here. Figures. Okay, get rid of Omni, and let's, Nathan has the nicest, Nathaniel, the nicest eyes for Genesis 9 that I've ever seen is this guy here, Nathan. And let's put them in, see what we get. Come on. Oh, it's still doing it. Now look at that. When we get up close to these eyes, and I believe, Yeah, look at that. Just beautiful. Wow. This is very, 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 very realistic to me. And they just fit so beautifully in those eye sockets. And the and with the moisture and all of that, it's just like, wow, they're so animated. Yeah. So, all right, I guess this is going to do it for me. You have seen it here. We're going to do our shades here. I think this is going to do it for me today. We're going to go back to my... These shades are so weird because they're polarized. So if I turn my head like this, my monitor just disappears. It goes like almost black. If I turn it this way, they go white. It's all very cool. So yes, this is Rex Red saying so long for today. I'm going to go make myself something to eat. Yes, I found them on the ground. I am, you know, it's just my life. There's so many things that are nice in my life, and Sigmund's gonna say hi. Hi. Oh, that was nice, Sigmund. Sigmund. And that's the Sigmund thing. You're gonna get to meet Marlo very soon. Yes. So, please watch this video from the beginning. If you guys and gals, if you have an entourage of other Daz people, please have them subscribe to my channel. I have to get 500 more channel. I don't make any money off this channel. I will put more time into these videos and do them more often, maybe even have a schedule. Sigmund says bye, software tools. That was nice, Sigmund. Yes, that was nice. Sigmund's looking at me like saying, I'm hungry too. Yes, so, and Marlo, you're going to get to meet Marlo. Marlo is coming. Marlo is our little polar bear. And so, but I think I hear Marlo in the refrigerator right now. Say yes. No, I know, Marlo. I know what the refrigerator door sounds like. So yes, so we are going to be so this is it. Watch this video and please share this video with other Daz people that you know of, and tell them to subscribe. So all right, this is going to do it for us. We have our beautiful figure here. This couldn't be any nicer right now. We're going to save this. This is Red Nahul because of the red hair. Save scene. Nahul, I think it is. Oh, we gotta... There's a way to switch them, but RED. I think that's how you spell Nahul. Yeah, Nahul. Red Nahul. So yes, I can read just barely, and it is a challenge. Indeed, Angus and Art and Software Tools and CDJ. Thank you very much. Us also. We'll switch back here so you guys can take another look at Nahul. We got him. He's beautiful. Okay, so we've got Nahul here, and just to demonstrate, he is Genesis 9, okay? With Genesis 8 skin, we go into the wardrobe here, and it's going to bring up all the Genesis 8 stuff. We turn this Genesis 9 stuff, we turn this on, and we find him some some style. We'll put some pants on him. And you see, no auto fit. They just fit right on. They fit him. I can't really see that well. So, all right. So the thing is with the YouTube algorithm, when I do stuff like this and I put the sunglasses on, and when you click and put your mouse over the video, sometimes it'll do this thing, and this weird guy with sunglasses, and they will grab this particular part of the thing with me doing this with my nail, with my fingers. So, all right. So, yes, we have CDJ here, and we also, I'm going to switch over to my other computer, and we also had Habib here. I'm not sure if he's still here, but I hope you're going to watch this from the beginning, Habib. And yes, this is all, I think Habib's been the one asking about textures and using them and interchanging them textures. And this is probably, I believe, the most in-depth tutorial on converting, not maybe because I have another one on converting all your characters and into Genesis 9, but this one was for converting, like just taking a Genesis 9 figure and changing their skin to Genesis 8. And this one was also about taking a custom character, bring your Genesis 8 figure in, morph them, change their features, change them around, and then convert their shape and their features and their skin to Genesis 9. That's what's in the beginning of this video, okay? So, all right, I will see you all soon, okay? I know, Sigmund, I know you're hungry, okay? And so we will be working on this soon. This is it. And I think, yes, I'm going to have some different backgrounds, I think, with stuff. And my channel may actually have super chats coming before it actually gets monetized, maybe in a month or so, maybe. So, all right, thank you again for watching. This is Rex Red saying so long. Please like, subscribe. Thank you for your likes. Click the bell for notifications, and yes, subscribe. I need like 500 more subscribers. I don't think I need 500. I think I need about 400 or 380 or something like that. So in order, I have to have 1,000 subscribers. So, all right, this is it. I will see you again in the next EZ3D tutorial. Much love, Angus. Have a lovely night, Angus, my friend. And Art and Habib and CDJ, come back. Come back. Thank you for the heart. Habib, my friend, as well. Software tools. All right, you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you again in the next EZ3D TV, live TV. Okay, bye-bye. All right, can we stop